everyone, welcome. Today I wanted to present a quick idea of making foam stamps using some craft foam and cardboard. I've done this in the past on my own, just having fun, so I thought I would just record a video showing that process. It's really easy. There's my cardboard, and I have some kids craft foam. Basically, I'm drawing some wonky shapes on there, and then I'm going to glue them onto the cardboard. I'm using white craft foam, but you can use any color you want to, because then we're going to add paint to them and use them as a stamp. So I like to make stamps like this, kind of wonky, as you can see. Different shapes, different sizes, nothing really straight. So I'm cutting these pieces out, and then I'm going to glue them to the cardboard, as I said before. Now, I had the idea that folding the sides of the cardboard like I have there would make it easier to use them as a stamp, to hold them and then stamp them. So it kind of is, but it's really not that much easier. So that's kind of a I would say that's an optional idea. If you want to try it, fine. It doesn't hurt anything. So I'm using Fabri-Tac glue to glue these shapes down, and I realized that I need a couple more to fill in there. I had cut out some cardboard pieces, obviously, prior to this recording this video. So I'm presenting this idea very quickly, and you know, there's so many different shapes you can make, so I'm just giving you a few little ideas that I came up with very quickly. I just keep saying that quickly because I recorded this pretty fast, just to give you you know, food for thought. So I thought I could use that part of the cutout too. It's kind of a wonky shape, but I like it. I like all those wonky shapes. Why not? The other thing is you can use these stamps on a gel plate to make some texture on your gel plate, and that's pretty cool too. So I'm showing you how I just folded the edges. I scored them with the bone folder and then folded them over so I could use them like a little handle of sorts. So I'm going to draw some more shapes with my pencil. Again, nothing elaborate, nothing straight, nothing even, nothing the same size, and then cut those out and glue them. I'll show you one more of me gluing, and then we'll get to some painting. Now, in the next part, I showed you how I thought using a brayer, which is like a roller that you use on a gel plate, if you're not familiar with that. I thought using a brayer would work really well with these stamps, but I don't know if I wasn't doing it right or what happened, but it didn't work really well. But I show you my results. They're kind of messy, and I didn't like them, so I switched from using a brayer to apply the paint on there to a brush. Okay, so here are my brayer results. I had a piece of paper there, and I put black paint on the paper and then rolled it out and rolled it onto my stamps, and you can see some of them aren't too bad, but they were not exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to switch to paint and a brush. So I'm using white first. I thought I would stamp that little wonky flower that I cut out with some white paint onto that black background so I wouldn't waste a piece of paper or paint. And I think that turned out pretty good. I think using the paint brush works better. So in this next part, I'm just going to show you a few of the shapes I used, how they stamp using the brush and the paint. And also I use different types of paper. I have sheet music. I'm showing you what the stamps that I made and the shapes that how they stamped. And then I made a wonky circle. Anyway, I have book pages, and I have some tissue paper, and I have some ledger paper that I'm going to stamp on. Now you can make a stamp with all the pieces like that one all cut out. and attached, but I took the quick and lazy way, and I just made ones like that with one little bar, and then you can make it into X's. You can stamp it as straight bars straight across, a bar straight across. I'm showing you my paper. Again, you know, there's so many different shapes, so many different things you can do. I'm just going to stamp on the sheet music first. I'm just trying to decide which one to use. And I decided to try the wonky one to see how that looked. And it actually, I liked it, and then I kind of ruined it in a little bit, you'll see. But anyway, let's see. I was going to say something, and now I've kind of lost my train of thought. I'll get to it in a minute. So, again, using the brush is easier because you can control where your paint goes. It's still a little bit messy on the cardboard, but it doesn't really stamp out as messy as it did when I used that brayer. I don't know what the difference is. Maybe too much paint. I don't know. So next I'm using Payne's Gray, which is like a dark navy color. I love that color. And again, brushing it on with those wavy lines. I like that particular stamp too. When I get to the tissue paper, that makes a really nice paper to collage with and add to your mixed media backgrounds. You can see that if you put a decent amount of paint on there, but not too much, you can get 2 stamps out of it if you don't want anything too perfect. That's what I was going to say earlier. If you, that's where here's where I ruin my other paper. Oh well, I don't know why I did that. So if you want, you know, more precise stamps, and then you can certainly cut shapes out that are more precise. Like I said before, I like the just kind of being wonky and crazy sometimes and having fun. So that's another idea with that straight little piece that I cut out, and then a little tiny circle, and I use that circle later on too. I thought that with those little pieces, parts, it was kind of more, it gave you more flexibility, and you're able to do more things with it instead of having a piece of cardboard with several of those shapes on there. So that was my idea anyway. I made that little wonky flower. I really like that one too. And just stamping on book page, I think that really looks nice, and it turns just a regular book page from a modern book, not a vintage book, into something special. And there's my other wonky shape, using pink on tissue paper this time. I really especially love that shape. I don't know why. And I thought the pink would make a nice something different besides, you know, black and white or the dark navy. And like I said before, the tissue paper would make a very nice paper for collage, for gluing it down. With the tissue paper, I think it absorbs the paint a lot more, so you can't get 2 stamps out of it. But anyway, maybe you can. Let's see. Kind of. So now I'm using the little triangular shape with the, I can't even tell if that's black or the blue, but it's a dark color. So if you have a gel print, or you have a background already made and you want to add some interest to it, you can take these stamps and just stamp onto your background. So that's what I'm showing you here. Again, just some ideas, some food for thought. I'm sure you can come up with a lot more ideas. And this is so easy. It's so quick and easy to do this. That is a gel plate I made a while back. And I'm showing you again my little straight stamp to make some X's. And that comes out much neater than it did when I used that brayer. So that's the way to go. I like those little X's, and I like them wonky and, you know, not straight and all that. So the last thing I'm going to try is with the ledger paper, and I'm going to do the wonky flower with a round center. So, okay, now I've pulled out my black. So I was using dark navy before when I said I wasn't sure. So I decided to use, oh no, before I do the other wonky flower, I'm doing this one. So I don't know if you can see, I'm using a terrible, terrible brush, and my first stamps come out really bad, as you can see. I mean, it still could be used in a background. It's interesting, but I don't think they look that good, so I'm redoing it. And then I think it comes out a little better. Still nothing perfect, and this is not the kind of technique where you get perfect things. Okay, now I'm going to try my idea of using that wonky flower with some black paint, and then I'm going to stamp with the little round circle. I'm going to stamp white in the middle, and I thought that would be cute too with other colors. I start using my finger here at the end because I'm just so impatient. Plus I'm using that terrible brush, but look, those stamps came out pretty good. And then when you see the little white dot in the center, that could be a yellow dot too. It could be white flowers with a yellow dot like daisies. So again, I think these are pretty versatile, some of these. So that's pretty much my video and my idea. I know it's nothing earth-shattering, but it just has a lot of possibilities. So I wanted to show you all and record it real quick. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.